Greatest threat to the Black American today is abortion and the forces that support it.
Yeah, no
Black
kidding.
Lives Matter. We should be talking about this. Everyone should be talking about this. Speaking of, my neighbor across the street is a police officer for one of the biggest cities. Well, I'll just leave it at that. It's a city within our area that's really, really big, and he said officers are leaving in the
Droves.
Droves.
Like they're going to the wine groves so they can drink their
grove.
they can get it, they can take away that
They drove to
Screw
the grove.
this. Well, it's funny we talk about that because I had some slides about that, but actually it's from our video before. I just did a video. You can see it here. But in that video, it had several headlines. Officers leaving in droves. Portland can't find. What's the retention and recruiting is out the door. Well, how to get new recruits in this area? And it's too easy.
So what happens when you destabilize your local police force?
Yes. And what happens when you destabilize your citizenry by convicting people like the McCloskeys who just defended their own property on their property from a mob?
So now you have a redirectional focus of law enforcement. It's no longer on the good guy. It's to protect the bad guy from the good guy.
Yeah, and that's not good. Not good at all. Yeah, so anyway, these people...
Trial. He should be convicted just as is.
If got off, would you support street justice on him?
Yes.
Y'all should have fed him to the wolves a long time ago.
How many black people were killed by cops last year? You have any idea?
100 plus? In just Minnesota?
No, around the country.
Oh, thousands.
Unarmed black people.
Thousands.
All right, let's talk about that real quick. Somebody told these women who are righteously angry because they think thousands of unarmed black men are being killed. Well, first they think hundreds are just in Minnesota, but they think thousands across the country, and that is just... I mean, you know the stats.
Where are they getting this knowledge
I have no clue where they get this from.
I have some ideas.
Yeah, it's from the media, obviously.
Yeah, social media and the media.
But the Washington Post has been quite clear. I mean, the last count was like 8. There were 8. There's more, and we'll put the stats up for everybody. There are more white people killed by the police than there were black people.
You know how I know that law enforcement is not systemically racist?
Talk to me.
Look at the numbers. The number of police interactions in 13% of the population that are responsible for 80+%. I'm sure we'll put the stats up of police encounters, but yet more white unarmed individuals are killed by police than black.
That's because the white people are acting the fool. They're acting like a bunch of jackasses and they get themselves shot. Why can't they say that about the black guys? Right now, I'm
just saying.
Who's the racist now? I guess, right? But I said white people were acting that way first.
I'm sorry, but the statistics do not support your narrative that law enforcement is systemically racist.
Well, on the other end, if they really wanted to know who's killing black people by the thousands, it's black people. And if you want to know who's killing white people by the thousands, by hundreds, it's white people. The biggest threat to the black people in America are other black people, and the biggest threat to white people is white people.
Can I throw this in there?
Talk to me.
Side jab. I think the greatest threat to the Black American today is abortion and the forces that support it. Because in all major cities now,
all right, fine. So white liberals are they're the biggest threat to the black community.
We could find roots. That's my point. Yeah. But when the death rate of black Americans is greater than the birth rate, you have a problem.
Yes. Yeah, no kidding.
Black Lives Matter. We should be talking about this. Everyone should be talking about that.
Yeah, I wish it didn't have to go to that. But if we have to make it racial in order to end abortion, so I will make that deal with whoever. I guess with the left, the black community. You know, we can come together. Let's save black babies together. Let's do more today than BLM has ever done since Ferguson. Abolish abortion. We just saved millions of black children. Hallelujah, right? You would think.
Seems like they're trying to erase, destruct the whole race of, the African American race.
Would you consider this a genocide?
That's a good question, and now that I've been confronted with it, I'm going to go ahead and say yes.
So now that she's been confronted with it, she's going to say yes. Seriously, no.
How many millions
No.
of Jews were murdered?
At least 6.
6
12 million.
million?
Yeah, 12 million altogether in the camps, plus the dead from the war.
And
But
how
that-
many
yeah,
unarmed black Americans? were-
8 from the
How
last.
many Jews?
And
Millions and millions and millions and millions and millions. I'm not saying that 8 were justified. I'm saying that I think there's a distinct difference between genocide and bad law enforcement.
Well, that Toledo gentleman, 13-year-old kid in Chicago, I believe, he's now counted as an unarmed black man. But guess what? He had a weapon 0.5 seconds before he was shot in his hand. Are you familiar with that case?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, we won't bring it up then. But I mean, there's those. There's also he was unarmed because he was driving a car. Rashard Brooks was technically unarmed. He was the guy in the Wendy's parking lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, he had a taser, but that's not technically an arm.
He was not unarmed. He was armed.
And this one, of course, is the most disturbing of all of them. It kind of ties in again to where I was talking about with are they coming for our kids? I mean, I don't know. I pray that this is not a common, and she was just speaking out of her ass, and she has no idea what the hell she's talking about because this is very scary.
I want to say we need to go start killing all white folks, but it's like,
But
maybe they need to feel the pain and the hurt that all the minority people have felt for years.
Feel the same pain that we feeling. Feel the hurt that you putting out. Get that back and see how it feels.
So maybe they do need to feel the pain that we've been feeling for years.
peace and love.
Same to you.
Peace and love.
Yeah, she knows nothing about peace and love. They just said they're going to come for our children, and they want our children to die, and they have to start killing our children so that we'll feel the pain they do. How do you find middle ground with that?